It is freezing where I am, so we are doing everything from the bed today. And it is Sunday, so let's do a Sunday self-care reading. Okay, we have the Judgment in reverse, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Wands. This is feeling like the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay, this is feeling like giving yourself a break from the judgment of others and your own personal self-judgment. We also have the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. So your inner feminine and your inner masculine energy. This Queen of Cups has her foot on a ball and she's holding a cup up there, and then she's got two angels up there looking over her. So it's like her emotions are balanced, and she spent a lot of time getting to this place where her emotions are balanced, and she has angels that are helping her with some sort of emotional situation, experiences. I'm also getting intuitive and her psychic abilities, like her angels, her higher self is helping her connect with her emotions in a healthy way, and connect with her intuition, her sensitivity, her intuition, her psychic abilities. I feel like for a lot of us, our psychic abilities are coming online. That aspect of our feminine side, whether you're male or female, is coming online. And on the masculine side, the King of Wands for me is someone that takes action. We also have two lions here, so Leo might be significant Leo season, or the traits of a Leo being confident, being bold, having the energy of someone that's assertive. So it's like these are the two aspects that is being balanced out. The soft feminine side, where you can take action from following your heart, but also being connected to the universe, your higher self, your intuition. So being able to take guided action, not just from a logical, practical place, but trusting your emotions and your intuition as well. And this is how you build whatever it is that you need to build. I do want to give some self-care tips, guidance from the book of this deck. So one, we pulled the Judgment in reverse, and the book says, in reverse, trust doesn't come naturally to most of us, including trusting that everyone's doing their best. Fear and doubt can make us ask, what if I'm wrong? But when wrong judgments only occur when we're shutting ourselves off, acting from a place of bias or ego instead of getting in touch with our inner spiritual compass. Don't resist change or connection. We're all seeking the same liberation via many paths. The affirmation here is, as I wake to my life's purpose, I serve humanity so that others will awake too. The theme of this card is about awakening, epiphany, spiritual rebirths, and realizations. So you may have had a period or a few days of really connecting to your soul, and you might have just been through another spiritual awakening, and it might have left you exhausted, overthinking. You might have been reflecting on a lot of difficult things, trying to make choices, but in reverse, it's Maybe a time to allow yourself to just let all of what you've been processing go for the moment. Um, it's difficult to feel the present and the future when we are still focused on the past. So maybe just let that go. Allow yourself to just be in the present moment. The self care tip in the book is use your imagination to tap into your higher all knowing self in a public setting. Look at the people around you from a distance, but don't stare. Can you see the real them, the higher self inside them? Ask your higher self to witness and send unconditional love to their higher self. How does it feel? With strangers as your mirror, ask yourself what parts of yourself you're ready and willing to wake up. Okay, we also had the Queen of Cups. Um, this card represents a personal energy that contains the opportunity to master the meaning of selfless love. The Queen of Cups heals and nurtures themselves and others with trust in the divine, idealism grounded in reality, and deep intuitive wisdom. Their presence is a call to listen to your inner knowing and invest in your boundless emotional potential. Can represent a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And the self care tip is Reiki is a form of energy healing. It involves channeling energy from a healer's hands into various parts of the body. You can do Reiki on yourself too. There are many free or cheap training resources online that'll teach you how to perform a self healing Reiki session. Read up on it, try it for 20 minutes. There's also YouTube videos. And the affirmation is my sensitivity and empathy are my superpowers. So again, this is all about um, tapping into your higher self and being able to use judgment in a good way as to how you see others and how you see yourself, and how you relate to others, regardless of past difficult experiences, um, past wounds, past trauma, past painful things that you've been through. And then lastly, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a person of fiery energy involved in decision making who exerts authority. You are a born leader, inspiring to others and capable of exercising immense willpower. Whatever opportunities are being presented to you, know that you are meant to seize them and that many people will have your back when you do. The self care tip is leading with devout zeal is pointless if you haven't mastered your mind. So meditate. It's that simple. So the tip here is to take some time to meditate. But again, overall, these three really say to me that um, some judgment has been called, and the aspect of yourself that's your feminine energy has been or needs to go through an emotional balancing, connecting to your intuition. And you might have had difficult experiences that have helped you to become better at discerning what is your intuition and what is your ego, and not allowing negative emotions to dictate what action you take. And then your masculine energy has needed to find the confidence, to stand in your own power and take the action that you need to. I hope this reading was helpful in some way and that I will see you again in another video. There is information in the text box below about personal readings and other information about my channel. Please like, share, comment, or subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more. If we dive a little bit deeper into the cards in this reading and the energies, um, there's the surface level understanding and awareness of anything, and then there's layers, many layers that we can dive into, and depending on our level of awareness and consciousness and how deeply we've connected to ourselves and our souls, we can understand these things on many different levels. You may have experienced the feeling of wanting to be liberated or needing to be liberated, and that can be from 3D circumstances in your life. It can be work, financial constraints, an environment that you live in, a relationship, whether that's familial, platonic, or romantic. And if you've really been going through a deep spiritual awakening or spiritual process, you might have felt the need to be liberated from really deep, difficult emotions and thoughts and belief systems. You might have had either a very emotional period or a period of a lot of mental conflict where you have all these thoughts of this person said that and that one did this and this is how it makes me feel, and questioning your responses, your reactions, what you said, what you did, how it made you feel. Was that correct? Was that is that how I want to be? Is that what I want to experience? Is this what I'm willing to tolerate? Was I too harsh? Should I have set boundaries? So you might have been going through a whole lot of that, and the inside reflects the outside. As within, so without. As above, so below. As above in our minds, so below in our beings, and then that happens externally as well. So when we are going through these periods of raising our vibrational frequency and becoming more aware and more connected, it can feel really dark, really painful, really difficult and challenging inside of us. If you are that in that space where you are so aware of yourself, or it can be external. If you have not tapped into your inner being yet, then you are going to experience all of the positive or negative things in your life externally only. But if you have connected to your inner being, you will feel it both internally and possibly experience it externally as well. And when we are going through that period, it's almost like you can't see a way out. Or you feel hopeless, like you're stuck and you're not going to progress, and you've possibly gone through many cycles of the same thing repeating, either externally with people and situations or internally with yourself. But what we do have to remember, which is difficult to remember in the moment, is that every time we repeat a cycle, we are doing it from a new place, of a new level of awareness. So you're going to be different each and every time. And you have the choice to make adjustments, make corrections, and do things differently to what you did it the previous time. To think about something or see something that you didn't see before. On this card, she has an eye right there. That might be something else you're experiencing, headaches at the moment, a feeling of fever, maybe even congestion and a postnasal drip, and you possibly are having a third eye clearing and activation at this time. And once you go through this really difficult period of that inner conflict, maybe having difficulty sleeping, maybe not feeling like doing anything, once you go through that process, which is guided by your angels, you'll have a new sense of clarity and a new sense of emotional balance, even deeper than you did before. With the judgment, I mean, ultimately it's so that we can have a greater sense of discernment. The way you see yourself is not the same way you saw yourself 10 years ago. Possibly in relationships, you've grown so much and you might be aware of really difficult negative things that you experienced before that you weren't aware of in the present moment and that you now have to process. And it can almost feel like you're just reliving all these difficult things, but you're processing it. And once the internal changes and integration happens, then there must be a shift externally, and there will be. And again, a lot of it is a conscious choice to allow this and to do this work and to not shut it off completely or suppress it or ignore it, because at some point you can't ignore and suppress anymore. But the change will come. And when the internal changes now happen with the King of Wands, you have a new sense of clarity, understanding, a new sense of feeling into things to see. I used to want these type of things and now I don't want it anymore. I used to enjoy these type of things and now I don't enjoy it anymore. I used to be able to tolerate certain things and now I don't anymore. And now that will give you the confidence that you need, and that empowered state that you need to take the action that you need to take. Because if we are all in our masculine energy without connecting to our feminine energy, we can take action from an ego place or from a fear-based place that can just keep landing us back into the same exact place that we've been trying to get out of and free ourselves from. I do want to check the Three of Pentacles. And this Three of Pentacles is people with building blocks. And threes are about expansion and growth. And there's a sense of wanting to build legacy, build financial stability, build a healthy family structure, supportive, loving communities. And we can only do that in harmony with others when we have found that inner peace and harmony, that emotional balance, that connectedness. Because otherwise, if you're not connected to your intuition and to your soul and your heart, you're going to be pulled into maybe work situations or opportunities for earning money where the people that you are getting involved with are not in alignment with who you are. That might require you to do things that you wouldn't want to do, sacrifice things that wouldn't be for your highest good. Or even if it is good, it might just not fulfill you on a deeper level the way that you are yearning to be fulfilled. And more, we want to be able to create a life where what you're doing for work and finances doesn't negatively affect your social and home life, doesn't negatively affect your personal well-being, your emotional or mental or physical well-being. You want your home life, your family life, your work life, your individuality to be in sync and in alignment. And so we are all going through this balancing of our masculine and feminine energy, having those two work together, either internally or externally. If you are a feminine with a masculine, or if you are masculine with a feminine, and most likely it's both. It's happening internally and externally, which can make relationships really tricky at the moment. But if you have relationships where it's a safe, supportive space, you can heal and grow and build together. And in instances where the relationships that you have is not a safe space to do this, we are just creating more and more trauma, more and more things to rebuild and heal from. And we might need to take the time to go through this process alone and on your own. And we might have resistance to that, but when you accept the fact that once you have done enough of the inner work on your own, and you don't necessarily have to do it on your own, but again, if the environment, the people around you is not willing or able to be supportive for you to go through that process with them, and it be a mutually beneficial process of growth, then you might have to do it on your own. But then to get yourself through that period of doing it alone, it's helpful to remember that once you have done it, then you'll be able to connect with people that are that have done the same amount of inner work as you, that are going to be a safe space for you, that you can build with in a way that is going to be positive for everyone involved. I hope this reading was helpful in some way, and that I will see you again in another video. There is information in the text box below about personal readings and other information about my channel. Please like, share, comment, or subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more.